So today we're going to be reviewing the Grinder 2. It's a new glass grinder. I've been promising myself one for ages, so I bought this one recently and really excited to do an early review of it for you. This one has had some great feedback from other glass users, so I'm really keen to do a review myself. So let's do a quick unboxing. So as well as the grinder itself, I've also bought a Lumi Shield 2, which is a fancy sort of Star Wars design, LED light and glass shield on top. It looks really nice and it's kind of got Apple vibes about it, which I really like. So this is everything that comes in the box. You've got your grinder, you have your power cable as well, you have the Lumi Shield stand and Lumi Shield shield on top, and then there is a guard that goes around the back. This is actually a rubberized guard, so it's quite flexible. Then you have your grinder bit plus a few other bits and pieces that I've still to find out exactly what they are. So this is the grinding bit, which is a abrasive wheel that's usually, it's the same as most grinders, but it has this little clip on top, which I believe makes the detachability of the grinder head much easier than the older grinders, which used to have to use an Allen key. And if, like me, you kept the same grinder head on for years, it became really difficult to kind of use the Allen key to get the old grinder head off. So I'm hoping that this new system is going to be a lot easier. So the extra items that you can order are things like the guard, which is at the back here, and the mini elevated work surface for smaller areas that you might want to work on. So the Grinder 2 has a premium feel about it. It's beautifully designed and there are lots of things that have been well thought out. For example, this working area here flips off really easily to reveal the water tray underneath. Now the water tray gets filled up in order to play water onto the bit, and the reason we put water on the bit is to remove any likelihood of dust flying into the atmosphere that you don't want to be breathing in. It keeps the dust down, it lubricates the bit head and gives it a longer durability and a longer life. But also this tank, this water tank, comes off as well. So basically you have your base plate here, which has got the mechanics, the electronics and the motor system in here, and it's sealed and it's separate from the water bath. I love this idea of being able to remove the water bath, because what happens over a period of time is you get lots of gunk building up in here, sediment, bits of ground glass, and over a period of time you then have to remove it because it starts to affect the spindle here. And the fact that you can remove this water bath and just rinse it under the tap or clean it outside and get rid of any gunk that's on here is a great addition. It's always been a real problem removing the dirt from my previous grinders, and I've actually left them for far too long and the sediment has really been quite thick by the time I've got round to cleaning it. This is the grinding head. It's known as a quick fit bit. So the abrasive surface is on this chamber here, and there's a little hole in the bottom, and it has this quick release mechanism here, which in theory allows you to easily remove and interchange the bits. So this quick fit release mechanism, again, is a great design choice, and it's easy to install. So it goes onto the spindle like this, down in place and locked. So that's it in place now. Again, easy to unlock and change. So these two items here are called the Aqua Flow system, and it's an ingenious little way of providing water to the bit. Traditional grinders normally use a sponge, and the sponge is fine, but this looks like it's beautifully designed and it simply fits together snugly like this. And I'm presuming that these are replaceable because they will eventually wear down because they're constantly against the abrasive material of the bit. So we filled this water chamber up to this level here. It says here very handily water level. This is the guard that runs around the back of the bit. It's actually a rubberized guard. The reason it's rubberized is it allows you to move glass up against it. Different shaped pieces of glass are going to come in contact with this shield at the back, and the fact that it's movable means that you can work your glass in different angles and move this out of the way. So again, this is really easy to install on the back. There's a little groove along the bottom here at the back, and it just again clips into place. So if you're working with a piece of glass and you happen to want to move it round, you can move the shield out of the way like this. So this little metal horseshoe device here is called an Everwear bit guard, and it again slots into place here with a satisfying click. Obviously, using electrical components with water is potentially hazardous, so I appreciate the fact that there's a little plug here to keep that area watertight. So let's plug this in here, which gives power to the LED. This is the transparent shield, which has a protective plastic coating on top. The other thing, of course, to mention is that we have a handy little drawer here at the bottom for extra bits. So what are my initial conclusions with the Grinder 2? Really well designed, and there's a lot of aspects of this that have been carefully thought through, and the fact that everything is interchangeable and everything is accessible. You've got the little drawer here for all your extra bits, and I love the fact that you can remove the water tray and clean that out. Those are the things that just make quality of life so much easier when you're working in a commercial studio. I love the fact that this rear wall is a rubberized wall and there's a lot of mobility there. The fact that you can move larger pieces of glass around is great. This shield is good, but it's not to be used without goggles. Little bits of glass and debris do fly up all the time as you're doing grinding. So this is an added advantage, and it's also a splash guard for any bits of water that might be sprayed around. This catches that. The fact that there's a light underneath is brilliant. It's really well illuminated and it's really clear to see. You could find it on my Amazon shop here in the UK, or you can find it on my Amazon shop in the States. So I'll leave links in the comments below this video where you can access one of these. Let me know your thoughts on this grinder, whether you've got one, whether you're thinking of buying one. I'd love to hear from you. Your comments and suggestions are really appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.